Breaking up is painful enough without dealing with a bunch of misinformation. Friends, family, the internet, it seems like everybody has some wisdom about breakups that they need to share with you, and it turns out that most of what they have to say is either a massive oversimplification or just flat out wrong. So in this video, I'm going to take on breakup myths one by one and tell you exactly why they're bullshit. I'm Brad Browning, author of the best-selling X Factor program and a breakup coach here on YouTube for over a decade now. If you're watching this and could use help getting over your ex or getting them back, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for brand new videos to help you on your breakup journey. Now, let's talk about breakup myths. So here are the most common and most harmful myths about breakups that you're bound to encounter as a recently single person. So myth number one is you should never be friends with your ex. Being friends with your ex is probably the most hotly contested topic when it comes to breakups. Many people claim that it's impossible. There will always be feelings there, and sooner or later, it's all going to come crashing down. My opinion is, well, there is truth to this. If you're unsure at all that you can be friends with your ex, then just avoid it altogether. It is very easy to blur the lines here because it's difficult to understand the motives behind a friendship like this. And it will often have explosive results. And in any case, at least wait a serious period of time before pursuing any kind of friendship with your ex. And this is especially true for those trying to get their ex back. You may think that being friends with your ex is a great idea. Keep them close and slowly work your way back into their life and their heart. But unfortunately, this never works. Since you have an agenda, you'll never be able to be a good friend to your ex. And even if it may feel like you're growing closer, you're really just creating a situation where you're both going to end up hurt. So do not be friends with your ex if you're even considering trying to win them back. But just because it's not for everyone doesn't mean it's for no one at all. I do know some people who maintain close friendships with their exes to this day, and it has worked out fine. And this is just one reason why sweeping generalizations like this are not to be trusted. Myth number two is that you need closure. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again, closure is a myth. Reaching out to your ex to talk and talking the breakup to death never solves anything and often leads to more of the drama that you were trying to escape when you sought closure in the first place. You need to ask yourself, what do I mean when I say that I want closure? And when you do that, I think you'll find that what you're looking for is acceptance of the breakup and the ability to move on. And these things aren't as simple as you want them to be. Now, you've had these conversations already. Your ex isn't suddenly going to say some magic phrase that will make you feel okay about everything. And making them jealous and regretful that they ever broke up with you isn't actually going to make you feel better. It can be a great strategy if you're trying to get them back, but that's a whole other discussion. Really, this acceptance of the breakup is something that only comes with time. Time away from your ex will help you contextualize the relationship, and it'll allow you to clearly see what didn't work and why this breakup happened. Right now, you're really too blindsided by love and sadness to see clearly, so maybe you should stop looking so hard. Myth number three is that they're your ex for a reason. Now, this is something that I hear constantly, and it really bugs me because it's so dismissive. Because when people say this, they don't mean, there was a reason for your breakup. That's obvious. What they're really saying is, you should never be with this person again because you broke up. And really, I do take issue with that. There's so many reasons that relationships hit rough patches and even end. And some of those reasons are impossible to overcome and do spell the end of the relationship, but many of them are actually solvable. Oftentimes, it does take a breakup to make you realize that the problems you had and how to solve them. Here are just a few problems that are fixable even if they led to a breakup, like lack of affection, financial troubles, long distance, lack of commitment, sexual issues, and many, many more. So don't let anyone tell you that they're your ex for a reason. In fact, studies have shown that half of all couples have broken up and gotten back together at least once. That's 50%. People make mistakes and go nuclear instead of trying to fix things. And then they realize that they made a mistake and they work to overcome whatever issue they were having. It happens every single day, but people don't talk about it because they're embarrassed. And I know this because I've helped thousands of people rebuild that connection with their ex and create new, happy relationships. Now, if that's something that you want, go to breakupbrad.com/coaching to check out the different options that I provide. I work with my clients to create a plan tailored to their specific situation. And in just a few weeks, you could have your ex back in your arms and this breakup could be a distant memory. Again, go to breakupbrad.com/coaching to see my current availability and to sign up today. Now, myth number four is that it takes X amount of time to get over someone. So here are all the different theories that I've heard about how long it takes to get over somebody after a breakup. Some people say it's half the length of the relationship, that it's 1 month for every year that you were together, that it's the same amount of time that you were in the relationship, that it's 17 months and 26 days, and that it's 10,000 drinks, however long that takes. Now, that last one is from How I Met Your Mother, but these are all equally stupid because they're simplifying a complicated issue. Now, this might feel melodramatic, but getting over a relationship is a lot like grieving the loss of a loved one. It activates similar parts of our brain. It creates a profound sense of loss, sadness, and regret. And it can feel like the world is ending now that you've lost this person that you cared so much about. And beyond that, breaking up can cause a lot of damage to your self-esteem and your self-image. You knew who you were within the relationship, and without them, you're just not sure anymore. It feels like a rejection of you as a person, and that can often hurt the most. So really, it's no wonder that breakups can take a long time to recover from, and that this recovery period takes different amounts of time for different people. There's really no predicting how long it will take. Some people date someone for 6 months and aren't ready to date again for another year. Others end a 10-year marriage and start dating a week later. And just because you're able to date and even fall in love again, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're over this other person. I guess what I'm trying to say is that this is complicated, and then you shouldn't feel bad if you're taking a long time to get over somebody. Really, you're on your own journey. Myth number 5 is that the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody. Now, the thing about street wisdom is that it often contains a bit of truth. And I do tell many of my clients to start dating as soon as they can after the breakup, especially if they want their ex back. Dating after a breakup, even if you don't feel like it, can really have huge benefits. Just seeing what's out there will give you perspective on your breakup, and basically you'll see that you do have options, even though you may feel like a slug right now. And beyond that, dating will also help repair some of the confidence that you lost during the breakup. And dating can actually pull you out of the funk that you've been in as well. The whole process of meeting somebody, whether on dating apps or in real life, talking to them, flirting, setting up a date, getting ready, going on the date and putting your best foot forward, all of it not only distracts you from the bad feelings, it shows your mind that you're capable of at least seeming normal, attractive, and interesting for at least a few hours. And acting normal is often the first step to feeling normal. And if you are trying to win back your ex, then dating somebody new can also have huge benefits. In this case, it's not only going to give you a ton of confidence, but it's also going to make your ex jealous. A lot of the times, your ex won't truly worry about losing you until you're with somebody else, and it can be a new relationship that makes your ex realize that they can't handle life without you. The human mind, honestly, is just weird that way. But just because dating can be helpful right now doesn't mean that jumping into bed with the first person you meet is going to help you get over your ex. It's not necessarily a bad idea if you think you can handle it, but please don't think that it's going to magically fix all the bad feelings you have and give you the peace of mind that you're looking for. What it can do, if you're not careful, is create a new and intense attachment to somebody that you might not ordinarily want to be with. So don't be afraid of dating and sex after your breakup. Just be aware that it comes with its own risks and challenges. Myth number 6, now you're free. Now, if you're watching this video, I don't have to tell you that this one is BS. Breaking up can come with a sense of relief and freedom if your relationship had become difficult, but it's never a completely clean break. And that's because obviously you cared about this person. Your lives were enmeshed, you depended on one another, and you'd made all these invisible connections that changed both of you. And I know it's nice to think that with your ex out of sight, you can now pretend like the whole thing never happened and return to your carefree single life that you had before you met. So even though there may be good aspects of this breakup, don't let anyone try to convince you that it's all good and that you should be actually happy that it's over. Even the worst relationships change who we are, and when they're ripped away, it can be a long and difficult process to rebuild. Now, if something about your breakup feels wrong, like it shouldn't have happened, then head over to breakupbrad.com and check out my free tutorial video there. Because in that video, I share some hard truths about your breakup and what you can do to ensure that you get a second chance. Again, you can watch that full video for free at breakupbrad.com. Myth number 7 is that men get over a breakup more quickly than women. Now, this one is such an oversimplification that it's not even funny. In reality, every person is different, and while there may be some general trends here, we really don't have enough information to make this call. I'd say that men tend to be less likely to show emotions than women and are more motivated by sex. This means that many men will quickly try to hook up with somebody new after a breakup, and many women will interpret this as him being over them when it's not an indicator of that at all. Now, we do have one study that can tell us more about how men and women respond to breakups. Researchers at Binghamton University surveyed 5,000 people in 96 countries. And they found that men experienced less pain post-breakup, or at least said they did. Now, here's a quote from the lead author of the study, Craig Morris. He says, "Men report more feelings of anger and engage in more self-destructive behaviors than women, while women frequently feel more depressed and participate in more social behaviors than men." Women's behaviors could be argued to be more constructive strategies as a result of their tendency to preserve the relationship, whereas men choose destructive strategies for maintaining their own self-esteem. So, you see, it's really not as simple as people make it out to be. Men and women often have different coping strategies in general, but that doesn't mean that men feel the breakup any less than women do. So, there you have it. Now you can see through some of the misconceptions that surround breakups and decide for yourself whether you want your ex back or you want to move on. Either way, it's nice to know that at least you're acting from a place of truth rather than from fiction. Did I miss any breakup myths? Do you have any questions about your particular breakup situation? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments below and I will respond as quickly as I can to as many of you as I possibly can. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for brand new videos every single week. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.